Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we have the Dino Dana Dino Field Guide Volume 2, because we did Volume 1 a while ago, and a lot of people wanted to see Volume 2, and also I really wanted to get Volume 2, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into this. Just going to compare these two. See the front, pretty similar. This one, the Volume 2 is a little bit lighter, at least the colorations are, and yeah, pretty much that. That's the difference. But we're not doing Volume 1 today, if you guys want to go see that. I already did a video on that one. Time for Volume 2, and this one has some very nice renders, so I'm excited to do this one. So, yeah, this one mainly has pterosaurs and other prehistoric creatures, but it does have some other interesting things we'll go over. Also, this one's kind of set up differently. Again, if you haven't seen Volume 1, go watch the video for that one. But, yeah. Also, interestingly enough, on the cover, if you know, there's actually 3 different Archelon designs in the show. The first one being, like, the Trek's Adventure one. Then there's one that appears, which, they use the Trek's Adventure one throughout most of Dino Dana. And then there's kind of an altered variation with the shell being completely flat from like one episode. And then later on in the series, you eventually see this variation, which is the one with red speckling instead of yellow and kind of more black markings. But yeah. Anyways, so let's just start going through this. We're not going to spend too much time on most of the pages. Mainly just the pages showing off the renders of the creatures. We'll spend time on those ones. But I will try to go slow enough and show the book where you guys can actually see this. So yeah, we have this. This book also has a lot more different things. Like, for example, in the last episode of Dino Dana, there's 3 songs, and they have all 3 of the songs in here for some reason. Which, though it's kind of a shame, they do have the species that appear in the first song, which are only in this first song and never appear anywhere else in the series. But I wish they got their own pages. Unfortunately, they do not. But we'll try to show these renders off. So we have Eoraptor, Proceratosaurus, Procompsognathus, which is literally just the compy design without feathers. Bellosaurus, which is the Europasaurus but brown. This guy, which is also just the Europasaurus but gray colored. And then Eustreptospondylus, which is an edited version of the old Albertosaurus. And then we also have a Brachiosaurus render up there. And the Dino Day in the movie Diplodocus render, but there's better renders of the pretty much all the dinosaurs. Actually, there are no dinosaurs, like pages dedicated to just dinosaurs in this book, so if you want to see that, go see part 1, because that's what the other book is for. But, yeah, we're just going to kind of finish going through these first pages. There's a lot of pages like this. I kind of wish they would set up like the other one, but, yeah. You also can see Dino Day in the movie Triceratops design, which I think might be different from the TV series one, but can't quite tell. Then we have Brachiosaurus, and, yeah. And we have Toby down there. So, yeah. First, we have the Pterosaurus, which also, that's a pretty nice render of the Dino Dana in the movie Quetzalcoatlus, and also a really good one, the Pterodastro. But, yeah. First, well, actually, no, I forgot that they have these split up in segments, and they don't actually show the pterosaurs for a little bit. They just kind of talk about pterosaurs for a while. Pretty much they're just saying pterosaurs are not birds. That's literally all most of this part is. Another good render of the Quetzal. Okay, here's Pterodactylus. Sorry if there's any glare. I can try and tilt the book and stuff, but yeah, here's some Pterodactylus renders, which this is the one you usually find online, but here's the other render. So, yeah. Anyways, here's the dino experiments involving Pterodactylus. Baby Pterodactylus actually does get its own page, though. Unlike most baby dinosaurs in this series, the baby Pterodactylus is literally the same model, which is really weird. So, yeah. There's actually some way better renders of the baby Pterodactylus, in my opinion. Again, just trying to get some of these renders, so if anyone wants to use them, you got it. You don't have to buy the book. This book was actually $13. The original price is like $18, but I got it on a sale for, on Amazon for $13. So, yeah, which is actually more expensive than the other one. Which the other one I think is on sale for like $10. So, yeah. Spoiler: if you want to just see the species, I recommend getting Volume 1 since it's cheaper and also has way more species in it. But if you want to see the more obscure species in the show, I'd recommend getting this one. So, yeah. Even though we saw those other ones earlier on, we actually never did see Gorgosaurus in any of the books, which kind of sucks. But, here, again, are some better renders of Pterodastro, which there's some online that are not horrible, but these are a bit better. You can see the size of Pterodastro down there. Pterodastro page. And then Quetzalcoatlus, which is the movie variation, which I actually am not a big fan of the movie version of the Quetzalcoatlus. Personally, I prefer the one that appears in Trek's Adventure and throughout most of Dino Dana. Actually, all of Dino Dana, now that I think of it, besides the movie. Yeah, this render. Sometimes I don't like how they cover up the renders just enough. I kind of wish you could just see them in their entirety, but oh well. So yeah, here's the Quetzalcoatlus. Oh, a little bit of spoiler, but yeah, baby Quetzalcoatlus, which also has some really nice renders. I do like the baby Quetzalcoatlus, though. That design is really nice. The baby's rendered some more. So yeah, that's baby Quetzalcoatlus. More Quetzalcoatlus scenes, a lot of them from the movie. Actually, all of these are from the movie, because that's only when the baby one appears. But flying dinosaur, this is weird, because they have Microraptor and Sirenethosaurus, which both appeared in the first volume, and I don't know why they did not put Archaeopteryx in there, because a lot of times in the show they don't refer to a dinosaur, but I mean, it is, so yeah. Here's Archaeopteryx. And then here are the actual renders of Archaeopteryx once we get to the actual Archaeopteryx page. Pretty nice. Here is the Archaeopteryx, which I think actually has some pretty decent renders. I don't hate this design, actually. I think it's pretty decent. The only thing I do hate is that the Microraptor, they decided to put the colorations on the Archaeopteryx for the new Microraptor design, and I wish they would go back. I hate the new Microraptor design, being just the Archaeopteryx. But, yeah. These are the Archaeopteryx things. And then, it's just weird, they kind of slapped the second song in here, which, yeah, I guess we have another render of Zool, but there's probably other ones in the book. Yeah, you see this frame right here? This is the only scene Zool appears in the show, and then it has, like, 2 seconds in Dino Dana the movie. So, yeah. Photomonchosaurus. Oh, here's kind of, I don't know if we got this image of the Quetzal earlier, but it's the full body version of that. So, yeah. Now we move on to marine creatures, which this is probably my favorite section in the whole book, because it has the renders of the creatures I want to see the most, especially since Leviathan only has this render, plus one random one of it kind of like, turning, but it's like from the top of its head, so it looks horrible. Yeah, Plesiosaurus and Dinosuchus render, I think we've had both of those. Here's some more really good renders, which you can see. We have the Dinosuchus kind of swimming on the side render. This render of the Megalodon, which I've never seen before. And probably the best view of the full Leviathan design. Honestly, I know it's technically considered Leviathan, so I go back and forth, but yeah. Leviathan. This is technically Leviathan, which is weird they refer to it as that in the book. But in the show, they refer to it as Leviathan. Also, here's the newest Archelon redesign. So yeah, there's that. Here's some more Archelon renders, which I actually don't know how good of renders we have for Archelon, or at least this version of Archelon, but yeah. Here's some more. Dinosuchus, which I know we have renders for this thing, but that one looks really cool. Here's some more Dinosuchus images, which here's the render that I think we just saw. But yeah, this thing is massive. Also, yeah. Some more of the Spinosaurus and things like that. Leviathan, this is probably my favorite part of the whole book. So yeah, you can see its head. I'm showing this render off a lot since the renders online are absolutely horrible, as I've mentioned before. But yeah, I'm just going to show the whole thing off. And then the renders in the book are also really nice. Why are these not online? I'm kind of so confused why they never really released these renders. Really nice. Though it's covered up a little bit. Oh, especially this one. This one would have been really cool to see not covered up. But yeah, I actually was not the biggest fan of the design, but now seeing, like, actually being able to see the design, I think this design is actually really nice for Leviathan, especially since this is the only show that bothers to put it in. Here's Megalodon, which is the only one of the only pages besides like the Pterodactylus page that I actually have seen before actually purchasing the book. I found an image of that online, including this page as well. But yeah, nice Megalodon renders. Really good. Though we have a lot of good Megalodon renders already. Most of them are already actually in this book. Plesiosaurus, which we also have pretty good renders of. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Plesiosaurus. But, oh wait, let me just bump that book up a little bit. But yeah, not going to spend too much time, but you can see it. Here's the baby Plesiosaurus, which looks really nice. Yeah, it's weird that they actually do put the baby creatures in this book, but honestly, I feel like instead of putting a bunch of filler pages, it would have been better just to put the rest of the babies from the other field guide that they didn't make it in, and then also put the pages for the ones for that one episode that they put in this book but didn't make it in, and also give Gorgosaurus a page. So yeah, I think that would have been able to fill this book up a little bit more. But I think they kind of want to do a go exclusively no dinosaurs, even though they put Archaeopteryx and technically Titanus as well. But yeah. The Spinosaurus, well, actually, I don't know if we have the Spinosaurus render. Even in the other Dino Dana book. Don't think so. But, yeah. Prehistoric mammals. Which, yeah. Just showing off some mammals. Nothing too crazy. But Brontotherium, which I never really realized there's horrible renders for this thing because I just don't think about this thing. I kind of forget this thing is even in the show since it only appears in one episode. But, yeah. I prefer Life on Our... Yeah, I believe there's Life on Our Planet, or that newest, the more recent Netflix creature documentary that came out. But yeah, the Megaloceratops in that is really nice. I like that design way better than this one. And since I wish this guy appeared a little bit more in the series, though, maybe I would have liked it more since it only appeared in one episode. So yeah, there's Brontotherium. All clips from the same episode since it only appears there. Woolly Mammoth, which actually I believe does have some decent renders already online, but here's some more. There's this image, which is actually not covered up really that much, if any. And then that render of it walking forward. Yeah. Woolly Mammoth, pretty nice. Baby Mammoths, which I don't think we had good renders of the baby mammoths at least. And, yeah. Now we do. We didn't have it before. These look really nice, actually. I think their mammoth design is pretty good, though. It's kind of hard to mess up a mammoth or even a baby mammoth as well. So, yeah. Honestly, I'd be concerned if they didn't. If they did mess them up, actually. Oh, here's a nice render of it. I hope they make more of these books when Dino Dex comes out. And I plan on making some more Dino Dex concept videos and stuff in the future. So, yeah. That's pretty nice. But, yeah, we have Smilodon, which we have some pretty good renders of Smilodon, I believe. But here are some better ones, I believe, as well. But, yeah. We can have it kind of laying down. More Smilodon images, which I don't know if we have this render over here. But, yeah, here is the Smilodon. Baby Smilodon, which also gets a lot of renders, which I think the Baby Smilodon only appeared in one episode. So that's interesting. Yeah. Here's this render of the Smilodon, which is pretty nice. This render really confused me, because when I first looked at this book, it was a little bit dark. And, yeah, I thought this Smilodon had two heads, but, it's actually two Smilodons, so yeah. More Baby Smilodon images. And Terrorbirds, which I don't understand why this got a whole entire section to itself when there's only one being Titanus, which I might as well show these renders off, since I believe we have these two renders over here. We have these two of the Titanus already, but we do not have this one, and a few more that appear in here. But again, kind of just talking about prehistoric creatures. I don't think we have this image of the Titanus either. But yeah. Just some random images. And then here's the actual Titanus page, which this image looks nice. I don't know how, but this image makes the Titanus design look better, because I don't know why in the show. It just looked really weird, in my opinion, and just didn't look like a terror bird. But yeah, I still don't like it literally just having T-Rex hands, which makes no sense. But, yeah. Don't think we have this render, which, thankfully, not covered up at all, really, except for that claw being covered by the number a little bit. This render would have been really nice to see, but unfortunately, it's covered a little bit on the beak. So, yeah. You'll hear more Titanus images. And then we have Titanoboa, which also, prehistoric snakes, does not need its own section. But, yeah. I really... The Titanoboa already had some pretty good renders, but the fact that it gets even better ones in this book says something. So, yeah, we have that. Also, that image looks really cool. Since I feel like we see Titanoboa quite a bit throughout the series, but I realize that we don't see it as much now looking at some of these renders. Not, like, actually seeing the Titanoboa do this really in the show. So, yeah. We have here. Yeah, they don't show the underside of the Titanoboa really that often. So, yeah. Also, really long. But, yeah. I like the Titanoboa in the show. Actually, I'd say it's probably one of my favorite Titanoboa designs so far in media, at least. So yeah, hopefully you see this guy more in Dino Dex, but also prehistoric insects did not need its own section. Probably would have deserved it if it actually maybe had like Palma Scorpius and Arthropleura, but yeah, no. Yeah, here's some more Meganera renders, which the Meganera didn't have horrible renders per se. It just didn't really have the two great ones. So yeah, there's another Meganera one, and more Meganera. If you really want to get renders of the creatures from the show, I recommend getting these books, definitely. So yeah, here's more images from the show, more Meganera stuff. We also get this render of it, which Meganera actually has a lot of renders in this book, I'm just realizing. More on Dinosaur Sight, which this is what they have replacing the song segment. And then I think that's about it. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it for the creatures. I could be wrong. I'm still have to, well, flip through these books since we're not done. But, yeah, here we go. We have this showing off all the creatures, which I think is pretty cool. So, yeah. And then also something that the other book did not have is a size chart, which, man, I would have loved that in the other book, since there's so many more species in that book. This book does not have nearly as many. Honestly, being able to see all the creatures would be really cool, but here they are. Which the Titanic looks so much bigger in the show, but I think it's because, yeah. Anyways, here is Dinosaurus, Megalodon, Leviathan, Plesiosaurus, Baby Plesiosaurus, and Archelon. And, yeah. I actually don't know why there are so many blank pages at the end of this. So, yeah. This book is actually pretty decent. Though, I still do think this one's better. The first volume is still better. Again, recommend go check this one out. But pretty much all the pages are like this. Just full of dinosaurs. While this one, not so much. It's full of a lot of filler. Which the other book doesn't even have any filler. It just has some information at the beginning and the end. While this book mostly is filler. There are some pages of creatures. Yeah. Though I still do really wish that... I'm still going to go back to that page. I got to find it first. But I still really do wish that we get... These guys get their own pages. Really would have liked to see that. And also, I don't think a Gorgosaurus made an appearance. But if it did, it probably made it on the Zool page. So let's just go down to there, because I can't remember if Gorgosaurus made it in. But yeah, no. Because they do have one from the short film. And Gorgosaurus only appears in Dino Dana, the movie. And also in that short film. So yeah. Anyways. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other book suggestions, let me know. And there technically is no volume 3. But there's kind of like an activity guide, which has some pages in the style. Like the style of like in this book. Like kind of like this. And they have a lot of species that are not from the show, but they're not like official designs or anything. But maybe if you guys really want to see that, maybe I'll get it, but it's a bit pricey. It's about the same price as this one. And then also, if they make more of these books like this, except for Dino Decks, I will definitely pick those up. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.